the third baseman, Otto, and it'll be a leadoff single. Knocked down, but that's all they can get. Almost got a force out, but the shortstop not quite long enough. Olsen couldn't stretch to it. Knocked down by the shortstop, but it's going to go as a base hit. 2 runs will score, and the Cavaliers will stay alive for now. And back at Hilton Community Stadium as we're done with a sunny doubleheader in terms of weather, but not sunny in terms of the outcome as the Cavaliers drop 2. Starter in Game 2, Torrey Muir with us here, and a pretty obvious question, but I have to guess that you were pretty pleased with your outing today. 2 innings of one-hit work. How did it feel?
It felt really good. I know that they're a really aggressive team, and they make adjustments early, so I needed to make sure that I also adjusted with them. So, yeah.
They seemed, as a team, to have more hitters who were up in the front part of the batter's box than just about any other team that I've seen hit before. That was kind of unusual from this viewpoint anyway.
Yeah, it was.
Does that change in what you're trying to do at all in terms of your delivery? What does it do to your zone?
Yeah, I make sure that it's breaking before the plate instead of if they were in line with the plate or in the back of the box, I've had it break later. So I was just making sure that it was breaking soon enough. So
without giving too many secrets away, how you do that to get the ball to break at a sooner distance than you would against a hitter elsewhere in the box?
I would just make sure that I was still spinning it tight, but releasing it sooner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got to be a little bit frustrating for you to be throwing the ball well and know that there's a limit on what you can do. Do you have to kind of mentally prepare for that no matter how great an outing it is, I know I'm not going to go long into the game?
Yeah, it's very frustrating, but I just have to manage it.
What do you do the rest of the game after you come out in those situations? It's got to be frustrating to sit idly by, but I'm sure you do some charting from time to time and a few other things. What do pitchers go through when they're not out in the circle?
I make sure I'm charting anything I'm noticing or I noticed when I was out there. I would communicate to the pitchers that are going in. And any tendencies that I'm seeing in the charts, I also talk to the pitchers who are pitching and kind of walk them through that.
Well, we will let you scoot and bring Coach in, but a good, solid 2 innings today. I'm just sorry we couldn't see more of it there, and we'll look forward to more in the future, all right? Thank you, Tori. Appreciate it. We'll trade places and bring Coach Shelley Whitaker in here as she gets the headsets on. And got to say, it's kind of an offensive juggernaut that you ran into there. Really, in all 4 games, they put together 31 runs in the 4-game series, and as Tori said, they're pretty aggressive at the plate.
They are. They're a good hitting ball club. If you look up and down their lineup, I knew coming in, they had, with the exception of one hitter, the majority of their hitters are hitting well above 350. So we knew coming in, they're a power hitting team. I think they're probably leading this conference in doubles. So again, our approach, I thought we did really well through the first 4 innings in Game 1. We shifted our defense. I don't know if you could tell from up here, but we had the right side shifted up the middle because yesterday they were eating us in the 4-6 hole. So we shifted hard with our right side, and it seemed to be effective. Lambo was keeping the ball down. We were able to make the plays. And, it's just unfortunate. I'm really disappointed in, that 5th inning that we had and just the floodgates open.
And it was almost instantaneous. I mean, she had a perfect game going to that point, and all of a sudden, boom, 4 runs.
Yeah, we just, we dropped on that steal. We dropped the ball at shortstop. Out in left field, we dropped a line drive. There's one thing after another. Center field, we kind of booted the ball around, and before you knew it, we were 4 errors and 5 runs down. And, unfortunately, we gave up the big inning. But if you take that inning away, it's a 2-0 ball game. And, again, it sounds a little bit more manageable, and it's easier for coaches to wrap their mind around a 2-0 ball game rather than what it ended up. But at the end of the day, we have to do our side and our help as much as we can at the plate, and we're just not getting it done. And it's really frustrating on our end because I thought yesterday, all week in practice, we practiced 3-1 counts and 2-0 counts, and it paid off. Matt got on twice and taking a ball 4, and we had some quality at-bats. We were hitting the ball fairly well, but today, it wasn't there for us. I didn't think we had the focus at the plate, and, hopefully tomorrow we're going to hit the cages and we can just come back with something against MSUB.
I guess we have to come out with cloudy weather more often so they won't enjoy the sunshine.
Right?
Big innings really were part of the story throughout these 4 games. They just managed to put some big clusters of runs in throughout throughout each game.
They did. Our defense, like you alluded to, it broke down. And, for us to be this late in the season and still committing those mechanical errors in the field and even mental errors is just, I don't have any answers for that. I wish we did as a coaching staff. But, it's just something that the players were going to have to come together and kind of figure this out together. And, we have to do our part again at the plate. We're making some errors which push more pressure on us at the plate. And I think it's reflective. We're swinging up, and you can see us popping up more than we usually do. So I think we're trying to do more at the plate just due to our defense right now.
It's got to be tough, even though you know it for a fact going in. But when Tori comes out with an outing like she did, 2 innings, 1 hit, not dominating, but very solid and keeping them off the bases, and knowing that you've got to cut that off at that point.
Yeah, it is. But, we know exactly what we're going to get out of her. We know it's 1 to 2 innings, and, it's when she's on, it's pretty. It's fun to watch, and she makes batters, really off balance in the box. And that's where we as a pitching catching staff have to do a little bit more focus. When our pitcher that we bring in after her is on, it's beautiful. But otherwise, if we get an outing where a pitcher's a little off and not quite with it, takes a little bit of extra time, especially with the inning we had when the floodgates opened defensively, to get another pitcher warmed up.
As you mentioned, Billings coming in Monday, and an unusual situation, but not in terms of fatigue or anything like that. It's like a tournament with a day off almost. What do you do, though, to try to bounce back from these 4 losses and go back after Billings?
Yeah, we're going to hit the cages tomorrow. We got some rotations that we're going to hit in there. We're going to lay off our pitching. We're just going to mentally allow them to have a day off and try to refocus for Billings, because we know that Billings, too, they're a power hitting ball club. When we played them last year here in our 4-game series, they had quite a few extra base hits off of us, so we're going to try to keep the ball down and put some runs up. We're going to try something different and see if we can score first and kind of put a little bit of pressure on their defense. Based on stats, we're right there with them. So it's a difference of who can play more flawless than the other team.
Just to add one other little side note a little bit today being Strikeout Cancer Day and part of that program as well. Could you talk a little bit about that and about our honorary first pitcher and just what this day means to the softball program at Concordia?
Yeah, Ashland's been with our program since last year through the initiative that we have collaborated there, and it's just awesome. This team, we're so, we're blessed to be able to have her a part of our program. We signed her last year on signing day here at our field, so to have her throw out the first pitch on Strikeout Cancer Day is just, everything that we could ask for, and it's really good for our team to get out there in the community. And, we talk too much, or probably, a lot of our focus is what happens between the lines, but it's so much more than that, so much more than the game. And anytime we have an opportunity to give back, we definitely like to choose that.
And she kept her ERA at 0.
I did see that. Those were pretty good. We were working. Is she going to throw right-handed, left-handed? She went with the lefty.
Cross up a hitter that way. So.
Right.
Thank you again, as always, for your time, and